Hello England here, and welcome to another video. Today I'm showing you probably the best game that I've ever had in this game regarding the amount of damage. So you're probably seen a few weeks ago I did upload another video where I was instead in the Lenin, and that was my highest damage at that point, and I kind of topped it here. Honestly, this is my best game I've ever had, and I just thought I'm going to make a video of it just because it was a phenomenal amount of damage. I have seen people have gotten far more in this ship, you know, probably by another 100,000 or something, but even so I'd say it's a pretty good amount of damage. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the thing with the Thunder is it uses fire. That's one of the main key components that real success of this ship is the fact of just the ridiculous fire chance. I mean, for example, with a flag and my captain set up correctly, I've got a 67% chance of setting a fire, which is pretty ridiculous. I mean, you'll see at the end of this game the amount of fires I set. I mean, look at that, a non-penetration on my first hit, and I get a fire. That is ridiculous. But as I say, you'll see at the end of the game the actual result of how many fires I do actually set here. So at the moment, I'm just, because I saw there's a Puerto Rico and a Yoshino, and I was like, I don't particularly want to be alone there, so instead I was like, okay, I'm going to head to the other side of the map and just really stay kind of wide just so I can not take too many shots. And there we go, I get another fire on the Yamato there, so already at 2 fires. I'm just mainly really playing on the fact of just, I'm waiting for them to damicon, then set more fires, and just rinse and repeat. And I do actually fire some armor-piercing shells in this game, so don't worry, I'm not just completely relying on fires. I mean, I pretty much am, but I do fire some actual some actual armor-piercing rather than AP, and look at that, I just got a double fire on a Halland. Oh god, I love this ship so much, it's brilliant. Because, I mean, at the time I was actually in a call with one of my friends in that, because he wasn't playing the game at the time, I was just streaming my game on Discord, he was doing his own thing at the time. And yeah, even he was just like, oh my god, when he just started seeing my damage getting racked up to 270k, it's just ridiculous. He's just like, what is going on here? But regardless, we're only at the start here, so already we've only fired a few shots. We've got 5 hits and 4 fires. Like, that is just something. Unfortunately, this Yamato did slow down, so I don't hit anything there, but you can see already I've got five hits and I've done 23,000 damage. I mean, obviously, if you do get some like citadels or something with that, like say 5 citadels and 5 shots, then yeah, okay, you will be sitting at a much higher amount, but even so, I'd say that's pretty good. So the Yamato, I'm just going, well, he is the closest battleship that's quite slow and really defenceless. I mean, I think my favourite target to go for whilst in the Thunderer is probably the Grosser Kurfürst, because it just does not like being set on fire. It just doesn't handle it very well. But regardless, I'm also going against the Yamato here as well, because that Yamato is just, he's just really sitting there. He's just free damage. So unfortunately, those do go just a little bit short as he does start pulling away. But regardless, I do still have fire on him, and that is still burning, and we're up to 40,000 damage. So overall, I'm very happy with this. I think the one thing with this ship that I would like is just an additional consumable, an additional repair party consumable, just for the fact that I do find that I do usually run out of HP, and then I'm like, oh, I need it, and then it's like, oh no, you have used every single one, so you know, I'm in a bit of trouble there. But even so, I mean, it's still more than enough, especially with the superintendent skill. That's perfectly fine. So we are now firing on this Puerto Rico. We've already hit 60,000 pretty much. There we go, yep, hit 60,000 damage, that's quite nice. And there we go, we get the penetration. See, the reason why I was playing in the Thunder, because, I mean, I hadn't actually played that many. I mean, I think only even at this point, at the point of recording this video, I've had maybe 60 games played in this. Yeah, it's definitely, or was it 50? Yeah, it was about 50 or 60 games played in this. Because I remember thinking, you know what, I've not really done that many, because, I mean, most of the time I'd really been spent playing in clan battles and mainly lower tier ships and just anything other than these. But because I started off one Saturday night after clan battles playing with some other of my clanmates, and we were just sort of on a really good roll. We were like, alright, let's go tier 10 with a Thunderer. I think we had about 10 games in a row, and I'm like, wow, I've got an average of like 100k here. I was getting like 160k game stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is quite good. And then I started looking at the emblems and going, I'm not actually that far off. And there we go, another fire. And I was like, I'm not far off getting the, I think it was the second battleship emblem. I was like, you know what, I'll try and go for that. And I just kept on going and going, and it got to the point where I was like, you know what, actually I can probably get the last one, which is over the course of 100 battles get an average of 108,000. I mean, and after this game, I think it was like 2 games after I got that as well, so that was really quite nice. That's what really prompted me to just continue playing, and I'm really glad I did. But one thing I was saying was just for the fact of playing this, you know, the small amount of actual games, and you can see I'm going for this Yamato, the small amount of games that I had actually played in this, and I think I'd already breached 200k prior, I think twice in a day actually. I hit like 200 and, I think it's like 207,000 or something like that, and then had a game where I was literally probably about 1,000 off breaching my all-time high, which is 217,000, as I said before, on the Lennon. And I was just like, yeah, I mean, considering I've not played that many and the amount of chances I've had to really breach that, I think it's going to be a good chance I'll be able to definitely get a good amount more. I was saying that as I was playing this game, and as you can see, it's already getting there, as I'm currently on 102,000 damage, and already I've got 9 fires. I mean, no, it's not so much of a 80% fire chance as I had got, but even so, that is still going quite well indeed. I think it's currently about 33% fire chance at the moment that I've achieved, but well, there we go, we've just gotten another fire, so regardless, I'd say that's very good. So 10 fires, 112,000 damage, and we just really keep on going. At the moment, I mean, there's not really too much going on. There's only 2 ships that have died so far as well. That's why I was just, when I was playing, I was just like, wow, you know what? I've already done a good amount of damage, and the points difference, and I mean, already look at that. Look at that. There's only, well, okay, 3 ships now, and I've already got the Witherer Award and 125,000 damage. I mean, this ship is just disgusting. I don't like. There's not really that much need for skill in the ship either. I mean, it's just click, just keep on clicking, and you just get dealt damage. Amazing. So yeah, already we've got one medal, and we are soon to get more. And that was an 11,000 damage salvo there with five hits and 1 fire. So they are definitely dealing a really good amount of damage here. And I do see his thunder as well. I'm like, well, okay, he's going to be a problem, because at the end of the day, we're both going to probably be having the same fire chance, or maybe like a 1% difference, which is pretty negligible. But I mean, I went for the skill just for the main fact of like, well, might as well just go for that extra amount just because why not? And there we go, another 8,000 damage and a fire on the Thunderer. So I believe that's a perma fire as well, as he did put the last ones out. No, okay, it seems that his repair, well yeah, his damage control must come off cooldown, and this is where things started taking a little bit of a turn for the worse this game. Is, as you can see, I've got 5 people aiming me, and I wasn't really liking that at that point. I was just going, okay, well, I'm not really enjoying getting focused at this point. So it's really just a fact of trying to get away. And well, that Thunderer, well no, actually it was the Yamato, sorry. I've set fire on him, and I've got some more shells in the air now, so may set another one, but we've already got 14 fires. No, we didn't, but we still did another 2,700 damage. And that Thunderer is looking very, very high HP as well, which is, it is worrying for my situation. So it's really now just a fact of just staying undetected and just kind of getting out of here. And as well as you can kind of see, there is also another Thunderer there. I mean, we have got another Thunder on our team as well, but I'm just not really liking getting this low, and I've already used 2 of my repair party consumables. And see, this Puerto Rico's coming here. I really wish I had armor piercing loaded, just because, you know, a nice broadside. But hey, at the end of the day, doesn't matter. We are still British battleships, so yeah, it's okay. Well, I thought I got more damage than that, so that's just ignore that. Pretend that I just did like 10k damage there. But there we go. There's a 200,000 damage, and this is what I was talking about. And wow, I just took 17,000 damage. Ouch! Yeah, this is what I meant about it getting bad. So I mean, yeah, we're down to 16,000 HP, so worrying. But as you can see now, we're not really far on points on either side, you know. And there's still a lot of ships. I mean, there are still 4 battleships, and they are going to be having a hell of a lot of health. So at this point, I'm just thinking, okay, this is good, isn't good, and we just got down to 5,000 health. You know, this isn't looking good. I mean, you know what, looking back, I probably shouldn't have fired here. I probably should have reserved my health a little bit more and then started to fire again because, you know, we're only on 10,000 health. So definitely repair as fast as possible. I mean, just want to minimise the amount of damage we can take. But I think this is, I mean, looking back at this replay, it's just really hindsight at this point. But even so, we're already at 230,000 damage. So, I mean, at this point, I was just going, holy shit, I've reached my all-time damage record here. I was thinking, wow, this is amazing. So, I just kept on firing. I'm just like, oh, I don't care at this point. I just want to get as much damage before I get taken out. Because honestly, at this point, I thought, well, that's it for me. I'm dead. You know, I thought, well, I'm out of the game. I might as well just see how much damage I can do. And I am so lucky that that Thunderer did not set a fire. Because look at that, 20 seconds until I can get a repair party, and 40 seconds for the actual for the damage control. And look at this. This is where everything could have gone really badly. 379 HP. I don't know how I'm alive. I really don't know how I survived that. And just there, we have got the repair party consumable. I don't know how I got that lucky. I really don't. I mean, I still would have been happy with 237,000, but wow, that was a ridiculous amount of luck there. At this point, I'm like, well, I've got no more heals, so it's just a fact of I'm getting out of the battle as far as I can. There's a Thunderer there, which I was hoping, well, there we go, we just got the High Caller aboard. I was hoping, well, he will hopefully take some of the shots. I mean, I'm still getting shot at, but yeah, it seems like everyone else is going for the Thunder again because all 4 people have stopped, and well, I've just gone unspotted anyway. I'm taking more damage. It's just, this is scary, so get some shots on that Yamato. He's just getting out of the map, so I'm like, okay, I can just about get those shots in and hopefully hit him. I mean, they're arcing pretty well. I'm getting in there. We do have 2 people looking at me, but I'm still running out the map, and hopefully most people, I'll be out their range. And I only got 1 hit there, which is a shame, but not all that bad. But at this point, it's just like, okay, well, I'm on this side. The only 2 things now are the Thunderer and that Hindenburg that are really a problem, so I started firing here. Okay, see if we can get any shots on him. I mean, they do probably miss, unfortunately. But now we're on 245k damage, and I mean, at the moment you can see that Thunder is really on a nice amount of health, unfortunately. I mean, look at that, 60k. That's bad. That's really bad. I'm on 12k. This Montana's on 30k. I mean, I started turning him like, okay, you know what, I'll engage this Hindenburg. Try my best, and the guy was in the call was like, don't you dare turn into that Hindenburg. He's mounting that Montana. You know, don't. He will ruin you. And I'm glad I listened. I'm very glad I listened. Because take a look at that Montana's HP. Yeah, both of them would have been looking at me. So I'm very glad that I listened to him and didn't ignore his advice there. And another shatter, and we get a fire. Yeah, that could have gone badly. So Thunderer does get a fire. At this point, I am mashing my Arky because I'm like, well, I am probably going to get a fire with it because it's a Thunderer. He sets a fire, I repair it instantly because there's no more HP I'm getting now. I've used all my repair parties, and now it's really time to just go silent and try and take as many pop shots as possible and get the damage more sneakily, really. So it's just a fact of hoping that someone else will spot Thunder and I'll get to a point where I can fire without really exposing myself too much at all. So my aim at this point was get behind these islands and just start firing just in the cover of any islands, so I can just do damage whilst they're spotted. So I mean, obviously the Hindenburg, he's still spotting me, so I'm just waiting a little bit more, get into the cover of this island and just really hoping that someone spots this Thunderer before I pass. I mean, if not, it's no worries because I can just carry on going and get to the other side of the island, but just start aiming in just on the chance that someone spots, and I actually do take a pop shot. Okay. I don't think those are going to hit, to be honest. I don't think they did hit, but I mean, I've had good luck in the past with guessing shots, but unfortunately I didn't get lucky this time. So now it's just a fact of really just admiring the scenery and admiring the amount of damage I've done. I mean, I know there's people that have got ridiculous amounts of damage, like way more. At the same time, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. As I say, it is a massive amount of damage. I mean, I'm hoping that I can get even more in future. But at this point, I was just like, yeah, that is a brilliant amount of damage. And we're now just taking a few shots at Hindenburg, and we do manage to take a good amount of damage as well. Set him on fire and destroy, well, incapacitate one of his torpedo tubes and take him to sub 10k. So that makes us a little less sort of susceptible to being killed by him, because he's not going to have too much HP. But I think because he's pushing us, I will load some AP in the future and hopefully get him on his side. So now they are also spotting the Thunderer and the Yamato, so I'm like, right, okay, let's just reverse so the Hindenburg can't see me, and then just start dropping some shots off. I wasn't too sure, so I was just leading quite a bit, and there we go, I do start loading some armor piercing, and plus that Thunderer is giving me quite a nice broadside as well, so not quite sure. I think I may take a few shots at him broadside. Yeah, we do only get one hit and do 2.7k. And at this point I'm thinking, right, okay, well, he's still on his side, and yeah, already people are taking shots onto him. Probably should lead a bit more. Yeah, I do lead a bit more. Okay, good. And then see if we can get a cheeky citadel in the mix here. I don't think we do, but even so, I think we do get a few penetrations there as they start landing in. Yeah, single overpen, 1.4k. Yeah, not the best. I mean, might as well fire another salvo whilst he's still giving us his broadside, and see if we can do anything at all, really. I mean, you can see now at this point I'm pushing forward because I'm like, right, we've got 900 points left. That's it. I mean, I might as well try and get some damage. Try and see if that Hindenburg's anywhere in there. Do get a nice 5k on him as well, which is quite good. And now start pushing, and there we go. There is the Hindenburg. He's seen me, he's aiming at me, he's launching his torpedoes. I fire as he turns. There we go. We get 2 penetrations as a kill, we get the Confederate Award, and we get 271,000 damage. Brilliant. So now at this point I'm like, well, I'll try and get a shot in, but yeah, the game was over. I'd say that's very good, and now we'll take a look at the results screen. So, wow. I'm just genuinely surprised with just how much there is there. So only 78 hits, and we did 271,000 damage. That is just remarkable. 3 incapacitations, only a kill, and that was the Hindenburg at the very end there. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And 20 fires. So you can obviously see I've got the Confederate Award there. I've got the Dreadnought achievement, the Wither achievement, and the High Caliber achievement. So four awards there, very good. Alongside a nice 2,295 free XP, 10,793 normal XP, and 719,000 credits, which I'm really wishing I put some of those epic flags on, because, yeah, just imagine what I'd get with that. And, yeah, it's just ridiculous. So, now I'll head over to the team score here. You can see, definitely, I'd say, if I was not on top of the team there, I'd be pretty disappointed. But no, we are there with 2,585 base XP there. I mean, yeah, that's just brilliant there. Just above by about 300 of the other Thunderer that's on our team. So yeah, we'll go over. Oh yeah, I've actually just recognised that Cole. I remember when I was doing a review for a tier 1 ship, and I remember seeing some Cole players just farming tier 1 for some reason, which is rather odd. Anyway, sorry, I do digress. And we go to the detailed report, and wow, look at that. Immediately, the first thing I see is 100,000 damage on the Yamato there. Wow. Poor guy. So, I mean, yeah, 18,000 on that Hindenburg. That's the one I did sink. 100,000 on that Yamato. 60 on the Thunderer. 55 on the other Thunderer. 25 on the Yamato. 6,000 on the Puerto Rico. And then any other damage is really just quite negligible. And you can see here, yeah, the amount of damage. So main batteries is actually quite good. So HE, we've done 139,000 of just raw damage with the HE shells. Then we've done, yeah, okay, well, 248 shells, bloody hell, that's quite a lot. And then 15,000 with armor piercing. And then fires. They've got 116,000 damage from fires alone. That is ridiculous. I just find that mad. So yeah, that is really something. So I actually got 50,000 spotting damage as well. So 3,480,000 potential damage, which is pretty crazy. But we did take quite a lot of fire, and the damage received 142,000. So yeah, either way, I'd say that is a really good performance. Then just really quick after this, I'll just go to the credits and XP. So you can see, obviously, I've got premium. I think I've got the 200 days or so, which I'm just trying to build up as many credits as possible. And then I'm probably not going to bother with premium after that because I'll have hopefully enough flags and free XP and all that sort of stuff and credits to afford ships. But regardless, let's take a look at that. So service was 125,000. Thankfully, there is a nice reduction there of -82%. So only 16,000 to actually service that. But regardless, so profit 594,000, which is quite nice. And then we've got, so I mean, yeah, earned XP is 4,266, which is very good. And then just modify, so you can see, yeah, type 20, that's the camo, so plus 100% XP with 4,000, so that's pretty good. And then just a little bit of extra and clan bonus and all that. And obviously the free XP is quite nice as well. That's really the main thing I want from this ship, because I've got 19-point commander, as you've seen from my loadout and all that sort of stuff at the start of the video. And then a nice amount of just 11,000 commander XP, which is going to elite XP. So overall, I'd say that's an amazing game. So I hope you've enjoyed watching that. I certainly enjoyed playing it and then obviously recording it. So if you want to see more things like this in future when I just show my replays, then make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Leave a like if you did, dislike if you didn't, and make sure to leave me know in the comments what you didn't like about it, as well as whatever you want me to cover in future videos if I've not already covered it. So without further ado, thank you very much for watching and goodbye.